So, some people out there are lying again and saying that there's no possible way that I went to the public library. So, I took a few evidence with me, knowing that this lie was going to be told. I took a few evidence with me from the library, knowing that this lie was going to be told. Because you see, this Toronto library, you can't rent any books from this Toronto library, but you can sit in the library and read the books before they are shipped off to the Library of Congress for protection. Okay? You can sit and you can read the books. And that's what I did while I was there this morning. But to offset the lie told that I never went to the Toronto Public Library this morning down on Alton Towers Drive, that's pretty bold of you. That's pretty bold. So here's some information that's happening in summer of 2026 that I picked up this morning, and today is May 25th, 2026. This information right here. This says, this is the English side. Help kids improve their reading and writing skills. Join their team of Leading to Reading volunteers and make a difference in your community. And it says there, apply to volunteer. I'm a teacher. I do teach people to read already, so I don't need to apply to volunteer. That's why I read the books I do via video camera. On this side, right here, benefits of volunteering with Leading to Read. Make an impact. Collect volunteer hours, especially for students in high school trying to work off their 40 hours of community service. Build meaningful connection. Enhance your communication. Gain valuable experience. Visit tpl.ca forward LTR or talk to staff. Generously supported by the Ralph M. Barford Foundation in memory of Penny Fine. Friends of Toronto Public Library North Chapter, the Joanne and Clifford Hatch Foundation. Kathy Spowell and Michael Macmillan, the Earl and Janice O'Born Family Foundation. That's this card, right? Time. Then you have this right here, which I believe, honestly, this is just a bunch of bullshit from Trias College. This is just a bunch of bullshit with Trias College trying to hire people to attack. But I'm gonna read it anyways. Free legal answers, 2,500 legal topics, 107 languages, live help, free document, legalline.ca, helping millions of Canadians since 1993. I just think this is a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. They apparently cover business law, child support, choosing a lawyer, construction law, consumer law, contracts, copyright and patents, criminal law, debt and bankruptcy, divorce, environmental law, family law, health law, highway traffic act, how the courts work, immigration law, internet and computer law, landlord and tenant. You want to help me with the break and enters in my house with the landlord and tenant law? You want to help to stop the break and enter into my house with that one? The landlord and tenant law? Because that applies here with your free legal answers. You want to help me with that? Break and enters, opening the garage door, Landlord and tenant laws. You want to help me out with that one? Lawsuits, legal aid, personal injury, real estate law, seniors and the law, small claims court, stocks, investments, insurance, tax law, wills and inheritance, wrongful dismissal, and more. The one that's getting to me is the landlord and tenant one. Break and enters to attack verbally. Where's that one covered at? This one, the next one. 5 reading tips for parents of school age children. Leading to reading. You can read it on the back or go grab a copy from the Toronto Public Library. Help build your child's reading confidence. Kids in grade 1 to 6 are paired with trained volunteer mentors who help them develop their reading skills and confidence in a supportive environment. Find out more at tpl.ca /ITR Kids or talk to library staff. Registration priority is based on need and availability. TPL, Toronto Public Library. And then you have this one. This one. Adventures begin at an after school club. The library offers free hands on after school programs for kids 6 to 12. Healthy snacks included, featured activities, science experiments, arts and crafts, coding and robotics challenge, writing and reading workshops, and more. Register your child today. Visit tpl.ca /after school ice or stop by your local branch. After school clubs after a safe and supportive environment offer a safe and supportive environment for your child. They'll connect with other kids, develop healthy habits, explore new interests, and most importantly, have fun. By joining, your child can develop important social and emotional life skills, build confidence, and engage in a wide range of learning opportunities, improve their academic performance, focus, and energy levels. And then you have this one. This is the last one I'm going to read. The rest of the cards I'm going to show you because of time limits. This one. New to Toronto, welcome, you belong here, it says. The other half says 12th Annual Toronto Newcomer Day, Friday, May 29th, Nathan Phillips Square, free admission. I told you about that. There are job offers sorry, there are job offers that are being offered and interviews taking place at Nathan Phillips Square in Toronto. And this is the pamphlet you need to carry with you in order to get the job at the Nathan Phillips Square in Toronto on Friday, May 29th. I cannot make it down there on Friday, May 29th, but I'm trying to set up a time without needing a doctor's appointment to be there in June, July, and August of 2026 if I can do that. Okay? So, Nathan Phillips Square, thank you very much. And thank you to Indie Television for supporting and sponsoring the Hire a Newcomer to Canada that has already gained access to their citizenship. They are just having a difficult time getting hired correctly. So thank you so much to Indie Television for sponsoring this program. All right. The library, Toronto Library, especially the Asian community. The Asian community. Book reading clubs are being offered, and these are the book choices that you get all across the board. So if you take a look, all the books are different, right? All of the books are different. So this is card one for Asian heritage. This is card one, okay? This one is card number two, continuing with Asian heritage. If you know the book, you know which heritage you are from. You can go and sign up for to learn to read English with the Asian Heritage Club. Once again, thank you to Indie Television for supporting and sponsoring newcomers learning to read English in Canada. So this one, okay? And then you have this one right here. And these are all the books that are being offered. The only thing is you have to keep the books in the library while you read the books. When you visit the library, you can just pull the book from the shelf where you last left off and read the books there. Okay? And then for kids, we have these books right here. This is the children's department of the TPL Library, Toronto Public Library, that is offering the Asian Heritage reading along with indie television. All right, stay tuned for part two, where I explain this magazine, which is Revolution Television combined with TPL Library. This is a return copy, but I still got a copy. And I hear the other two are now completely gone. So this is a return copy, but I still got one. And this is everything that Revolution Television has to offer. And in part two, I'll be reading you all of the shows listed right here and all of the programming names. So stay tuned for part two. Please and thank you for those of you lying that I didn't go to the library because the library is not upstairs on the second floor, hiding in the bedroom behind the dresser with your ass opening up my garage door, bitch. That is not the library.